February's not a great time for growing things. This is our fruit garden you're looking at there now, and this, in a few months' time, this is going to be full of lovely strawberries and tayberries. But in February, you're not going to be growing much. But what you can be doing is doing activities that prepare you well for the months ahead. What I'd like to do for you guys is tell you our top tips as to what we do during the sort of January, February, March period, which you can then utilise in your gardens, your back gardens and your allotments. So in terms of things that we do during this period, we've got a soft fruit garden, we've got an orchard, we've got our vegetable growing areas, we've got our covered cropping. We'll just go through some of those as the types of things you can be doing during this period. So February is a great time to prune and to trim back. That could be soft fruit, it could be apple trees. So apple trees is this is the period when we do prune them in the soft fruit area, and I'm sure in your gardens as well you'll have some soft fruit. We prune the gooseberries as well. We're cutting things back. We're giving things a good start for the year. So number one, pruning. Point two, it's a good time to take stock as well and to incorporate any major changes you want during the year. So for instance, we're in a soft fruit area at the moment. We made a big mistake when we planted this strawberry patch, and we made the beds too big. We're going to take this opportunity to put a path in down the middle. There might be things like that in your allotment or your back garden that you think, did this work last year? Could we improve it? And that's the sort of thing we're constantly thinking about. What worked well last year? What didn't work last year? And how can we make things better? Two aspects of how we grow things, both on the farm and in the walled garden, is one, we're organically certified, but the second thing we use is something called a no-dig approach to growing. And our no-dig is called a deep compost mulch system. And the keys in how I've described that, it's a deep compost mulch. So what we do is we don't dig our soil, but what we do each year is we put a layer of compost on the top. Soil's made up of 5 things. It's made out of air, water, minerals, the substructure below hand, and organic material. Compost being organic material is a great thing to put on top of the soil, and it will integrate with the soil and effectively feed the soil, meaning you can have good crops throughout the next year. So back in your back garden or in your allotment, I'm sure there are things you can mulch. I'd like to think more and more people are going down the no-dig approach. I think it's proved to be really successful for lots of people. It can be successful for growers like yourself. It can also be successful for people in their back garden and their allotments. It's a great way of mulching things. So in our soft fruit cage across there, we don't put compost down, we put wood chip down. So it's different types of mulches you can use for different types of things. The next thing I'd like to encourage you to do, particularly when you put your seed order in, is look to see if there's something different you want to do each year. There's sort of staple aspects of what we grow in terms of potato, carrots, onions, but there's different things as well. Have a look and see what's out there, and the seed catalogues are down at your garden centres, and see if something there catches your imagination and try it. What we try to do every year is to take 2 or 3 new vegetables that we've never grown before and try them out. Some things aren't successful, other things are. I remember a couple of years ago, for the first time, I saw cucamelons. I thought, I wonder what cucamelon is. We didn't know what it was going to be like, what it tastes like. It's proved to be a huge success. Alex loves them, and this year we're doubling the amount of cucamelons we're growing. Another thing you want to be doing during January, February, March is looking at your tools, looking at your equipment, doing any maintenance. I'm standing here between 2 poly tools, and you can see we've had some damage. We've still got the snow on the ground. It just shows you how much snow we had. It's been 10 degrees today, but it still hasn't fully melted. But you can also see the damage that's been caused by the snow. What happened was these the snow lay on the top, and when it came down, it brought all the guttering down. So what we need to do is repair all that, and that's a fairly easy repair. The supports we had in place were plastic supports. So when I said about look to see what worked last year, see if you can make any sort of improvement, it's not all just about growing, it's sometimes about your tools and equipment as well. So I think we'll be putting metal gutter supports in there going forward. We'll repair all that, but we'll also look at our other tools as well. We'll go through our tool shed. We'll make sure everything is as it should be, so that when you come to use it for the first time, it's all working perfectly. So lots of time to look at your tools, look at your equipment, and make sure they're ready for the growing season ahead. So just going to sum this up by saying, whilst it might not be the best month for growing things, it is a brilliant month for getting things prepared, getting things planned out. If anybody's got any questions they would like to ask me, drop them in the comments box and we'll get back to you. It's a sunny day today, but regardless of the weather, get out there and do some gardening.